Welcome to the Daily Stoic Dose. Before starting this video, please subscribe and like video. Let's start. There's a reason she can't forget you, not because of what you said, not because of what you did, but because of the feeling that stayed long after you left. Every woman meets hundreds of men in her lifetime, yet only one or two ever haunt her thoughts in silence. It's not the loud ones, it's not the charming ones. It's the man who carried something the others didn't, a kind of stillness, a quiet gravity, a presence that doesn't beg to be remembered, but simply is. So ask yourself, are you the man she forgets by morning, or the one she thinks about when the room is quiet? Because a woman never forgets the man who made her feel something real, without trying to, and today, we're going to uncover exactly what those men do differently. 1. The power of emotional control. Most men live in reaction. They flinch when life throws a challenge. They panic when love tests them. They confuse emotional expression with emotional chaos. But a Stoic man moves differently. He knows emotions are waves, and waves only drown the man who fights them, so he rides them, he breathes through them. He remains the same man before, during, and after the storm. That's what separates the ordinary from the unforgettable, because the moment a woman senses that nothing can shake your center, her mind marks you as rare, and rarity is unforgettable. She might test you, intentionally or not. She might say something sharp, go silent for no reason, or pull away just to feel your energy shift. Most men collapse there. They chase, they plead, they lose self-respect trying to regain control. But the Stoic man, he simply exhales. He doesn't chase storms, he becomes the eye of them. When she sees that, when she realizes your peace can't be stolen, she connects that calm with safety, and safety is the deepest form of attraction a woman can feel. Because peace in a man's presence is rarer than beauty in the world, and she will never forget where she once felt it. 2. The strength of still listening. Here's a paradox: the quieter a man becomes, the more clearly he is heard. Most men talk to fill silence. They fear quiet moments because quiet exposes insecurity, so they interrupt, argue, perform. But the man who listens, truly listens, creates an energy that pulls people in. When she speaks and you're not waiting to reply, not trying to fix, not trying to impress, but just being there, you communicate something words never can: you're safe here. That single unspoken message melts defenses faster than compliments ever will. Because in a noisy world, attention has become the highest form of affection. Every woman remembers the man who gave her his full, undivided silence, not the kind that ignores, the kind that understands. When she confides in you, and you simply nod, hold eye contact, breathe slowly, she feels your presence settle her emotions. You didn't fix her, you grounded her, and that's when she starts associating your presence with peace. And peace, once felt, becomes addictive. The mark of presence. To be unforgettable is not to be dramatic, it's to be centered. Every woman, deep down, is searching for a man who can hold his own world together, while standing calmly in hers. A man who listens without losing himself, a man who feels deeply but responds wisely. She won't describe it as Stoic balance. She'll just call it different. But that difference is exactly what keeps your memory alive in her heart, because when you master your emotions, and learn to listen with stillness, you become what every chaotic soul longs for, a harbor. And no one forgets the place that once felt like home. There's a moment every man faces, a moment when things don't go his way, when the woman he wanted chooses distance instead of closeness, when words he meant with honesty are met with silence. That moment defines him. Most men break there. They beg, they explain, they text again and again, trying to resurrect something that's already fading. But the Stoic man, he does something few understand. He lets go, not out of pride, not out of anger, but out of awareness. He knows that clinging to what's leaving is a betrayal of himself. He knows that peace has a higher value than validation, and so, when she pulls away, he doesn't chase the shadow of what once was. He stands still, he watches it go, he simply says, "I wish you peace," and turns back toward his path. That moment burns itself into her memory, because she expected drama, she expected blame. She expected a man to lose composure, but instead, she saw mastery, and that's what lingers. She replays it, that quiet moment when you didn't fight to be chosen, when you didn't try to prove you were worthy, when you just walked away, calm, composed, unbroken. She won't admit it, but that calm hurts her more than any anger ever could, because deep down, she realizes she didn't lose a man who loved too little. She lost a man who loved himself enough to let go. 1. Why walking away is power. To walk away in peace is not to stop caring, it's to stop bleeding for things that don't honor your soul. It's to realize that detachment isn't coldness, it's clarity, when you can look at someone you once wanted deeply and say, I choose my peace over your chaos. You become rare, because in a world where everyone chases closure, you've already found yours within. That kind of man can't be manipulated, he can't be emotionally blackmailed, he doesn't collapse under uncertainty, he trusts life to sort things out, and women remember that energy forever, the energy of a man who could have begged, but chose silence. You see, walking away doesn't mean losing, it means choosing to remain whole. Every time you choose dignity over desperation, the world feels your vibration change. And that vibration, that calm, unbothered presence, is what she will never forget, because every woman expects you to fight for her attention, almost none expect you to let her go without resentment. That contrast burns into her memory. You didn't chase her, you didn't curse her, you didn't try to replace her, you just let go, and built yourself, and that is when you shift from being a man she dated, to a man she respects. 2. The man whose purpose is bigger than her. Music shifts slightly, a feeling of quiet determination. Here's a truth most men never learn: when your life revolves around a woman, you stop being the man she was drawn to, because attraction doesn't grow in dependence. It grows in direction. Every woman is drawn to a man who moves with purpose, not because he ignores her, but because he's building something bigger than her. He wakes up with intent, he knows where he's going, his energy is anchored in something she didn't create, and can't control. That's what makes him magnetic. You see, a man without purpose is easily shaken. One compliment makes him soar, one rejection destroys him. But a man with purpose, he doesn't seek approval, he seeks progress. When she sees that your focus stays steady even when she tests it, that you're not willing to abandon your mission for temporary affection, she feels something rare: respect. Because she realizes your life doesn't orbit her emotions, it orbits your destiny, and that's when she truly starts to admire you. Purpose creates emotional gravity. Epictetus once said, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. In other words, not everyone will understand your mission, some will laugh at your silence, some will misinterpret your calm as indifference, but the man with a mission doesn't seek to be understood, he seeks to fulfill. He knows that his purpose is not a performance, it's a responsibility. It's the anchor that keeps him stable while the world shifts, and a woman, consciously or not, is drawn to that kind of stability, because purpose equals certainty, and certainty equals safety. When she looks at you and sees a man who wakes up each day with a goal, a plan, and the discipline to follow through, she realizes she can't distract you, she can only join you, if she's worthy of your path, and that's when you become unforgettable. Because your life is already full, you're not waiting for her to complete it, you've already built your foundation, and paradoxically, that's when she wants you even more, because desire grows where need doesn't exist. 3. The quiet magnetism of direction. When you're grounded in purpose, you stop asking questions like, does she like me? Is she losing interest? Should I text her again? Instead, you ask yourself, did I live today with discipline? Did I move 1 inch closer to the man I'm meant to be? That shift in focus rewires your energy completely. You stop being reactive, and you start being radiant. Your silence becomes heavier, your presence becomes sharper, and women feel it instinctively. They may not understand Stoicism, but they understand energy, and your energy tells them, this man belongs to his path first. That is the essence of masculine mystery, a man whose life is so full of meaning that affection becomes a choice. Not a craving. He loves deeply, but he never abandons his mission. He gives affection, but never at the cost of his focus, because he understands, love is meant to walk beside your purpose, not replace it, and when a man lives like that, he doesn't chase women, women align themselves to his movement. The dual power of peace and purpose, combine these two forces, the power to walk away calmly, and the discipline to live with purpose, and you become the kind of man time can't erase, because peace makes you untouchable, purpose makes you unforgettable. When she remembers you, it won't be for your words, it'll be for how your energy felt. solid, unmoved, quietly powerful. You didn't fight for attention, you built direction, you didn't chase closure, you created peace. That combination is emotional gravity, and once a woman has felt it, no one else feels quite the same. There's a kind of man whose presence slows time. The room feels lighter when he enters, but heavier when he leaves, not because he tries to be noticed, but because his energy changes the space itself. He's not loud, he's not flashy, he doesn't compete to be seen, he simply is, and that presence, that calm energy, is something no woman ever forgets. 1. The man whose energy brings calm, not chaos. Every woman has met men who brought excitement, men who made her heart race, who stirred up fire and unpredictability, but excitement fades, passion fades, and when it's gone, what remains? Restlessness, chaos. You see, the thrill of emotional highs can intoxicate, but it's peace that creates devotion. A Stoic man doesn't chase excitement, he creates steadiness. He doesn't use energy to control others, he uses it to control himself. That's the difference between temporary attraction and timeless impact. When you are calm in your own energy, people feel safe around you, not because you dominate them, but because your presence feels like still water. Steady, deep, quietly powerful. Imagine this, she's had a long day, her thoughts are tangled, her emotions uncertain, she's used to men who add more noise to her chaos, who get reactive, defensive, or emotional themselves. But then, she meets you, you listen, you stay composed, you don't try to fix everything, you just exist with calm assurance, and that's when something changes inside her, because your energy doesn't demand, it heals. That calm becomes addictive. She starts associating your presence with rest, with peace, with something the world rarely gives her. And the truth is this, people never forget where they felt peace. You could go months, even years without contact, but that memory stays, because your calm gave her something most men never could, emotional safety. That's what true masculine energy is, not dominance, not aggression, but emotional gravity that steadies the storm in others. 2. The subtle language of calm energy. Calm energy doesn't mean silence, it's not weakness. It's controlled awareness, a still fire that burns without needing to roar. It's in your tone, your pace, the way you breathe before speaking, the way you hold eye contact without forcing it. Women sense these things before they even realize it. They can feel when a man's nervous system is regulated, they can feel when your body language says, I am at peace within myself. And that subtle difference is what separates the unforgettable man from the forgettable one, because one demands attention, and the other earns it, without saying a word. A Stoic man never rushes his words, he doesn't speak to fill silence, he allows silence to do what it does best, reveal depth. And when a woman sits across from a man like that, she begins to feel something she can't quite name. It's not attraction in the usual sense, it's recognition. She recognizes safety. She recognizes stability, she recognizes that rare energy that says, you're safe to be real here. And that feeling stays with her long after you've gone. 3. The man who forgives silently. Now, this is where true strength is tested. Forgiveness, not the kind you announce, not the kind you post about, but the kind that happens quietly, deep inside you, because life will test you, people will hurt you, some intentionally, others blindly. Most men respond to pain with revenge, they badmouth, they plot, they try to win the emotional war. But a Stoic man understands. Revenge costs peace, and peace is priceless, so he forgives, silently, not because the person deserves it, but because he does. He understands that holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting someone else to suffer. When you can let go without needing closure, without needing to explain your side, you become untouchable, because forgiveness doesn't mean weakness, it means freedom. It means no one owns your peace, no one controls your emotions, and when a woman realizes that about you, that even after conflict, you hold no bitterness, she feels something few men ever give her, respect, because forgiveness requires power. It's easy to hate, it's easy to stay angry, but it takes discipline to stay kind in silence. As Marcus Aurelius said, the best revenge is to be unlike your enemy. That is the highest level of emotional mastery, when you can stand in peace, while others expect you to fall into chaos, and that image, that quiet grace, etches itself permanently into memory, because she will remember not how you argued, but how you didn't, not what you said, but what you refused to say. That kind of man is impossible to forget. 4. The full circle of an unforgettable man. Let's bring this together. A woman never forgets the man who masters his emotions, listens more than he speaks, walks away in peace, lives with purpose, radiates calm energy, forgives silently, because those are not just traits, they're reflections of self-command. In a world addicted to noise, you are the quiet. In a world that reacts to everything, you are the stillness that observes. In a world that chases validation, you are already enough. You see, the unforgettable man doesn't perform masculinity, he embodies it. He doesn't force people to respect him, he gives them no reason not to. He doesn't try to control how others see him, he focuses only on how he shows up. That's what Stoicism is really about, not suppressing emotion, but mastering it, not ignoring life, but facing it with calm precision, and that's the kind of man women never forget. Because he wasn't trying to impress, he wasn't trying to prove, he was simply present. 5. The legacy of presence. Think about this, after all the messages fade, after the emotions calm, after time moves on, what truly remains? It's not the stories you told her, it's not the compliments you gave, it's the way she felt when she was with you. She'll remember your calm when she meets chaos again. She'll remember your stillness when others react, she'll remember your peace when she feels lost, because you weren't just another man in her life, you were the mirror that reflected what she truly wanted, and what she may never find again. That's what it means to be unforgettable. Not to live loudly, but to live deeply. So to every man listening, build that quiet power, guard your emotions, listen with intent, walk away with grace, live with purpose, bring calm, not chaos, and forgive without noise, because when you live like that, you don't have to chase being remembered. You will be remembered, not for the things you owned, but for the peace you carried. And in a world where everyone is screaming for attention, the man who moves in silence is the one whose echo never fades. If this message resonated with you, remember, real strength is quiet, real confidence is calm, and real love is peace. Like this video, share it with a brother who needs to hear it. And subscribe to my Stoic journey, for more reflections on masculine calm, ancient wisdom, and emotional mastery. Until next time, stay grounded, stay patient, and walk your path, with quiet, unshakable confidence.